The next morning started with meeting a few more people who called Goa their home. One such person was Rudra's friend Nikhil.
So my name is Nikhil Padgaonkar. I moved to Goa at the end of 2011 with my family, which includes my wife and our young son. Essentially, we were growing very tired of Delhi, and the birth of my son kind of accelerated the need to move out, because I didn't want him to grow up in an environment which was polluted, socially aggressive, and I didn't feel that Delhi was a place where someone could be happy growing up. I'd grown up there and I wasn't happy at all. We wanted to be close to the coast. We wanted to be in an area where we could enjoy the monsoon. Goa seemed to tick all those boxes. What's remarkable about this house is that this is the new section. We're sitting in this veranda. This is the new section, and the new section was built in 1875. That's the new section. So as you can see, that is over 140 years old. And that was built on the centenary of the old section. So that is about 250 years old. This family made its money in East Africa. They actually made their money in Kenya, Tanzania, Zanzibar. And you can see here the horns and ostrich eggs, which they brought as kind of tokens of this connection. I tell you that I enjoy living here, but it is in some ways very inconvenient. All the water sources in this house are at the back. So if you want to go to use the loo in the middle of the night, you have to walk 20 meters to get there. Although the dining table is here, the kitchen is 20 meters back. So it's very impractical. Today, if I were to buy this house, I would basically break I'd probably preserve the shell, but I'd break everything down and start anew, because it's not convenient.
Nikhil's life was certainly enviable to us city folk, but as he pointed out, the grass is always greener.
Sad that maintenance is such a pain, otherwise I would love to live in a house like this.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if it actually makes sense to be in Goa, but I really want to be in Goa and work. Maybe for 2-3 months I just need to get down and just come to Goa.
While Ravi dealt with his existential crisis, we were famished and we headed out to find ourselves a good fish thali for lunch. It seemed like we had picked the right place for lunch, because while we were there, we bumped into a familiar face. This man, along with his partner Rocky, are the OG Indian food explorers, and we got talking.
We ended up at the same place for lunch, Vinayak, having a Vinayak family, which is somewhere near a field between Anjana and Assagao. And Rudra came across and said hello, and said he's a big fan of the show, and I laughed because he's about, look at him, he's about 40 kilos. Then we started chatting, and he said, well, my friends Prashant and
Ravi.
Hi Ravi. Sorry, I forgot your name. Prashant and Ravi, they're also fans of the show. I turned around and there's these two boys sitting there, tucking into their fish thali. I'm like, those are real fans of the show. I live in Goa, just in case you haven't figured that out. So I'm actually from Delhi. In fact, Rocky and I grew up 5 houses from each other since 1976. I have young kids, and we've been just watching with great dismay the deterioration of the air, the quality of life in Delhi. And at a certain level, we were blessed. I mean, my work, I can work from anywhere. So I was already looking at options, and then one day my wife said, that's it, done. We will not stay in this environment. And we literally overnight packed our bags, and the next morning we flew out to Goa, and we started staying at a rented accommodation until we found a home. Now we have a home, and we love it, and at least for the next 10 years, this is a good life to give my family, my children.
And you look happy as well.
Oh yeah, man. What's there not to be happy? I've been on holiday for 2 months in Goa, hanging out. I get to take my kids to school, pick them up, hang with them. They're at a class right now, which is why I'm able to chat with you.
Yeah, right.
I'm able to do things like this, meet interesting people who are doing interesting stuff.
Both Mayur and Nikhil had found their way to Goa in the pursuit of a better life for their family. Speaking of pursuit, we had one to get back to ourselves.
Oh, guys.
Oh yeah? is that first drop, Ravi?
It's gone.
It's
I just soaked it in. Soak in every bit of monsoon that I got.
Look, man, when these two leave, that's when we know.
Yeah.
It's about to go down. They got their raincoats on for this year.
We got our raincoats. Did you get your raincoat? No chance.
These two are leaving.
Wind is picked up.
These two are leaving. Conditions are...
Oh guys, another drop, another drop, another drop, another drop. Are you guys not feeling?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But also that was earlier, that was just me testing.
You think it's still flying out? It's flying around. Okay, it's raining now and it's picking up. So hopefully this is going to be a first monsoon rain. People are running for cover. Wind is blowing nice. All signs point to monsoons. It's raining, finally. Although it's not proper monsoon rains yet, we're still in Storyhunters. An interesting thing is, it was predicted to rain. Just like all other days of our trip. But I don't know, it's raining, it's picking up also. Is it rain then? Or is it slowing down now? When are we going to get rains? This series was called Chasing the Monsoon.
Yeah.
We were supposed to catch monsoon in all the cities that we stopped from the moment monsoon hit India. Oh,
It's becoming heavier.
It was. Seems like it's working.
Oh, dude.
It's raining, man. It's raining. It's not raining pocket lines. It's not even raining cats and dogs.
What is it raining, Ravi?
I would say it's like chai wala raining, where you can just sit out, it's like contemplate, think about your life. Somewhere between there and it's when you play the track, raindrops keep falling on my head.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Definitely getting there.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Just like the guy who's super too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Raindrops keep falling in
Something about that moment just felt right. This was it. We were about to witness the landfall of the great Indian monsoon. You learn to take failures in your stride and power through hurdles in the hope that better times will follow.
Rudra, I think we've actually done it. Caught the monsoon, where it hit, on the day it was supposed to hit.
This was that moment for us. We had paid our dues, we had been through the grind, and it was all about to pay off. This was really it. Euphoria quickly turned to childlike excitement as we soaked in every last drop of the monsoon. We frolicked in the rain till we could frolic no more. And with the addition of that proud feather to our cap, we headed back and called it a day. Now that we had finally caught up with the monsoon, our next challenge was keeping up with it. On the next episode of Chasing the Monsoon,
Where are we going now? We're going to Vengurla in Maharashtra. Whoa, weren't we just in Goa? We were just in Goa.
This is narco fish.
Narco, huh?
Narco fish.